God, I feel like I'm about to do a weather report in a typhoon. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I've come down to the beach today to film a video for this channel and I've picked the windiest spot in all of Worthing it seems, so I really hope the audio is okay, but just parked up the Rangey, and today I wanted to talk about some upgrades that I'm about to do to the car, and of course ask for advice as well, because from your comments I've learnt a lot, and I know a lot of you watching are very knowledgeable about this car or about cars in general, so of course leave your comments with opinions on what I'm about to say, whether you think they're good ideas, bad ideas, anything you like. Be as honest as you can with me. Someone was so honest the other day. I think I'm going to try and quote their comment. It says something along the lines of, what was it? Here it was. My favourite thing of the Range Rover is that it's big enough to fit my Starbucks cup while driving type video, so thank you very much for your comment. A few things to say on that. Firstly, who doesn't love a cup holder? You'd be lying if you said you'd be happy with a car without a cup holder, very handy. And secondly, not a fan of Starbucks coffee, a little bit of a dark roast for me, so I'd rather go for something else. So I've been doing some shopping this morning and we've got several products coming overseas from China. I was watching one of Sam's videos, Sam's Motor and Machine, and he did these like upgrades with some LED lights. He did a lot of exterior LED lights, but I wanted to start with the interior because they're very yellowy. As the days are getting shorter, you leave in the morning, it's dark, you go out in the evening and it gets dark at like 4 PM. We're really noticing that the lights are very yellow, very dim, very rubbish. So that is one of the upgrades coming very soon. So I've ordered lights for the entire interior of the car, including like where the boot is. There's 4 lights in the boot, I believe, so I can pop them out and replace them myself. I had a lot of you very surprised in the last video by how much we spent on the car already, and some of you saying that the reason we've spent so much is because we're not doing enough ourselves and we need to get more into the DIY. Now, to be perfectly honest, we are not the most hands-on people when it comes to cars. We're very experienced with camera gear and all that kind of stuff, and with editing, we've got our things we're good at. Mechanical work is not our forte. However, we did say with this car it would be a bit of a project and we do want to get our teeth stuck into it at some point. I will say again, I did replace the start-stop button for a new one, and it's my proudest moment of my life up to this point, other than having our son, probably should come first. Honestly, we'd love to do more. I just really don't want to commit to something, open a can of worms, make the car worse, and then have to take it to a garage anyway. So if any of you in the comments can let us know some easy to start with DIY fixes. I don't need you telling me to like remove the air suspension, do that all myself. I don't think I could do something like that, or service the gearbox or something like that, because let's face it, it's not going to happen. Maybe in 10 years from now we'll look back and say, Lucy, you serviced a gearbox, you're amazing, you did it, but today's not that day. So we want to be starting with things that are a little bit smaller, a little bit less risky, I suppose. So yeah, we've got these lights. I've also ordered some of the little wheel caps. So let's quickly head back out into the blustery weather and show you the current state of them, because I think they were only about £6 or £7 for a set of 4. And right now, as you can see, they're looking pretty grim, not nice at all. So it's just this part around here. I can remove it and replace it with the new ones. In the future, I mean, the wheels aren't awful, but they definitely would look amazing with a nice refurb. There's quite a lot of scuffs around it. It was like it when we bought it. We've always had fairly new cars. We've never really had cars like this age. We normally lease cars, or like I said before, I worked at BMW and we'd have a lot of new cars, and so we're used to not curbing wheels. Like, we don't curb our wheels, we never park near curbs, we're super careful. So we haven't actually done any more damage. This is how it was when we bought it. But yeah, eventually we want to get the wheels refurbed. So this little cap here is a nice start to that, I think. We've managed to find the exact ones online. And also the tyres, I'd love your opinion on the tyres, because that's something we definitely want to upgrade. We've got our eye on some Pirelli Scorpions, and they've got a nice thick tread, which I think looks really cool as well. So these are very cheap tyres. I think they're about £50. When we bought the car, there was a receipt in the glove box. It said 200 quid for 4 tyres, which is a bit embarrassing really, and with a car that's worth like 80 grand, they should not have £50 tyres on it at all. And also in the video the other day, someone said that we shouldn't be hearing this road noise, and it's probably because of the tyres. So if that was you, thanks for the heads up on that. Yeah, I love the comments you guys give. I read every single one of them. I find them so helpful. Sometimes offensive, but often they make me laugh, so that's all good. Once we've got this sorted, get the wheels refurbished, get rid of all these scuffs, get some new tyres on, I think that's going to be a really lovely fix. Before we continue with this video, 71.5% of you watching are not subscribed. So the people that are, thank you very much. The people that aren't, please hit the subscribe button. It's totally free and it really helps me out. I'm really trying to get to 10,000 subscribers on this channel. It's going to be a huge milestone. Please subscribe if you're not already. Now, the next upgrade I want to talk about, I really need some advice on, because it's something that I found a part for on eBay, but I don't know how hands-on it is and how easy it is to do myself. I need to find a spot that's a bit less windy. How is this? Okay, so here we have our headlights. Now, at the moment, as you can see, they are very, I mean, firstly, we've got a sticker on it from when we drove to France. They're very, I mean, some of it's coming off, but really underneath, it's super like, mist, like foggy. I don't know the word you'd use to describe it. You can see the original just up here in this little gap. I don't know if it's coming out on camera, but you can see it used to be a lot more shiny and clear, and it just lets down the whole front of the car. I think it just looks a lot older. I can just imagine it looking a lot nicer if you've got actual clear glass in here. There you go, George has popped the lights on for me so you can really see it. It's very, not very clear at all, very translucent, I suppose is the word. And I just think it'd be such a nice thing to get that changed over. So yeah, I found the parts on eBay, and I don't know how easy it is. Do you have to take, I suppose you have to take the entire headlight out, and is it sealed here, or will it just sort of come away? Because there's a little rubber seal going down the side, just along here, and I don't know how much I need to take apart. I saw a video of a Range Rover Sport where they had to take this whole part off as well. And again, I'm more than up for doing stuff like this. I don't have many tools yet. We are also ducking down for the wind. We are also in the process of moving house, so the new house has got a garage, it's got a driveway. It's going to be a place where we can really get more hands-on, but right now where we are, we've just got street parking, and there's not really anywhere to do anything crazy on the car because there's no space to do it. There'd just be people walking past on the pavement, or someone would just park right up against the car. So yeah, let me know, comment below, has anyone got any experience of changing these? Is it something where we need to probably buy the part and take it somewhere for them to fit it, or can I have a go myself? So a few things we've done already include the wiper blades. We changed them over and gave them a little bit of a spray with some black paint, which improved the overall look. We also changed the Rover part of the Range Rover badge at the front, because for some reason the Range was fine, the Rover, it's that way around, isn't it? The Rover was like, it looked like almost like oxidized metal, you know, when it goes from silver to like a black murky kind of colour. So that was definitely a nice cheap easy upgrade. Of course, the start stop button. We're considering the Apple CarPlay upgrade, but it's quite pricey, so I'd love to know if anyone's done it, if you'd recommend it. Part of me loves the idea, part of me thinks a 13-year-old car shouldn't have Apple CarPlay and we should try and keep it as it should be. I'm kind of split, because you know how much I like this car feeling a bit older, a bit more rugged, and not anything like the newer ones. Will CarPlay make it feel too modern and not really the kind of look we're going for? But it could be handy, because right now we've got the BMW that's sort of super easy to use, the whole interface. This isn't that great in my opinion, and we don't really ever use it, so then that would open that up. This here is annoying me a lot. Can I buy a new one of these, or can I do something to make this look better? Because right now it's just like a big yellow circle when you get in the car, and I think it really sticks out. I saw Sam also had the he had these autobiography little knobs for this, which look quite good, but it's not an autobiography car, so does it look strange putting them in? Is it like when people buy a BMW that's not an M Sport and they put an M badge on it? I can't decide if I like it or not. Another thing we'd like to upgrade is, well, I don't know about upgrade, or maybe just cut the bit of fluff off. I need to just tidy these up because there's a lot of fluff hanging off of these. And to be fair, I think I could buy one of them, like I could cut it and then buy one of them debobbling things. I'll give that a go before getting into that. And just generally the car needs a detail. It just needs a nice clean and a detail, because it's a fairly old car and it feels like it hasn't had that for ever, basically. And I just think that would generally just like lift the whole look up, because I mean it's a little bit dirty up here. You can see there's some marks. Maybe that's not an upgrade, maybe that shouldn't be said in this video. The paintwork is also very swirly. It doesn't feel like there's much of a shine to it. There's a few sort of minor scratches that could be buffed out, so I think a nice full detail and polish will be really nice on the exterior as well. To be fair, the seats are in a pretty good condition. I don't mind that they're a little bit scratched up, because it's quite a nice soft leather. It's been worn in and it's more comfy. You know when you'd like have an old leather sofa and then you buy a brand new one and you regret selling the old one because it was actually comfier because it had been sat in for years? It feels like that kind of thing to me. And the final one is slightly controversial, so please tell me your thoughts in the comments. Again, I want to get out and talk about this one because it's outside the car. God, it's so windy. I don't know what's going on. It is, well, as you know, we've got odd side steps on the car. We've got an odd car, so silver, non-standard one, and then the original one is the black one just over here. Now, we were considering getting the silver one replaced with the black one again to make it match. However, now we're actually considering removing them all together because when we were in Wales or the New Forest or something, I think it was the New Forest, I went over a bit of a bump, like a hill, on purpose, as you do in one of these, and it was super close to touching here. So even when you're lifted up into, when you lift the air suspension up into off-road heights, it still feels like there's not the most ground clearance because of this. And if I removed it, you can see you're just going to gain quite a chunk more. I assume this whole piece would come off as well, the little mud flap there. So yeah, you just get so much more clearance, especially at the back. I mean, it's already hanging off this thing. Look, we need to do something about it because right now I'm putting a tiny bit of weight on that and it's bending quite badly. So hello. Oh, it's quite shiny, I can see myself. It is something that I think, I originally loved it, as in like the correct colour. I originally loved how it looked with the side steps because it's a little bit more like a tractor, I suppose. But maybe for now we remove both sides because I mean, even this side, it's not perfect. It is hanging off a little bit at the back here, you can see. I mean, it's pretty solid, this one, to be fair. Oh, it's moving a little bit of my weight, but that's not all my weight because I can't film at the same time as climbing all over the car. But I don't know. Please comment below if it's a stupid idea because, again, be honest with me. Should we keep them? Should we remove them? Are you team keep or team delete? Let's get that going in the comments and we will decide together because I am very much open to either. Another thing is when you come to sell it in the future, not that I like speaking about that, but I'm sure the day will come in years from now or sooner, who knows. When you buy these cars, do you want them to have the side steps? Is it a benefit to have it? Is it a benefit to keep it? Or do we just keep the black one, store it somewhere, put it back on when we come to sell it and buy a little other black one when we come to sell it? Because I guess it doesn't really matter. Perching, shielding from the wind a little bit inside the car. So I think that's going to end today's video, and the main reason for this video is for your opinions in the comments. Let me know what you think I should do, what I shouldn't do, if there's anything I've missed off that you think is a must for an upgrade. Again, happy to spend the money if it's worth it. I'm more than happy to give some bits a try ourselves, but I just don't want to be going around breaking cars. It's not really my plan with this channel, although I'm sure it'd be great to watch. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And if there's any particular videos you'd like to see in the future, then let me know. And if you'd like each of the things I've mentioned to be an entire video in themselves, like these little DIY projects, again, let me know. I think the parts I've ordered from China are coming around Christmas, and so we can look out for them in the new year or maybe late December, depending on when they arrive, because sometimes there's delays and stuff like that. So without further ado, gonna close this up, gonna get back home in the warm because it's absolutely freezing. Who on earth goes outside on a day like today to film a video about a car? But it's all worth it for you guys. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon in the next Lucy on Cars. Goodbye. Oh, should I get rid of this, or is it annoying if I go to France again? George seems to hate it being on there. I don't mind. I think it looks like we're world travellers. But is it a bit ugly? Let me know. Cheers.